Yo, my name is Riley, and I've thought a lot about what I'm gonna put on this channel. And over the past 10 minutes of my thinking, I've decided that all my videos are gonna be under 8 minutes long, 8 minutes or under. And I'm just gonna be completely real, completely authentic. Start that off. My hairline is clapped. I have a big ass forehead, and I think I already have a receding hairline. My hair wasn't meant to cover it like this. It just happened to be like this, and I kind of like it like this because I've had it for so many years. But my hairline is clapped. This is my dog. Her name is Schlaw, or Schlog, as you can say formally. And basically what I'm gonna be posting on this channel is just realness. I'm just gonna be real. I've been watching a lot of YouTube for the past 2.5 years of wanting to be and becoming an entrepreneur. Through the ups, through the downs. I'm currently in a down, even though I'm in an up. Because financially I'm down, but mentally I'm up. Which you could hear me say that and laugh and be like, oh, he's just coping and shit. Bro, obviously I'm just coping, but it's working, okay? Yeah. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people win on this app. I've seen a lot of people win. I haven't really seen many losses. I've seen a couple YouTubers just being real and stuff, talking about their struggle, but I haven't actually seen anybody posting and kind of taking people through their journey. I know it's out there. I'm not denying that, but I've never seen it. So I kind of want to be someone who's doing that right now. I'm going to be posting 8 minutes or under videos, and they're going to be unedited, even though there are going to be some cuts, and there are going to be some screen recordings or something like that, or just screen showing what I'm doing. It's nothing going to be like boring and shit. I mean, I'm not trying to be boring. Some of it might be a little bit like technical, like you could say like because I'm like giving sauce or something, but I don't know. I mean, I've been to a lot of places in my life, in my mental state as well, just my thoughts and how I felt about everything. My first success in entrepreneurship and online business was from TikTok Shop, not from being a seller, which is what I originally tried to do, is actually being from an affiliate. I made $15,000 in 2.5 weeks, and then I got banned. My money got held for over 40 days, so I was done. I was never gonna do that again because it doesn't feel like entrepreneurship when I can get banned from 2.5 weeks of making a platform money, and then like my money gets held for 40 days. The only reason I wanted that money was, of course, to, like, take my girl out on nice dinners. Like, oh, I want my dream car, even though I didn't get it. My dream car is only $6,000. It's crazy. I love it, though. I love it. And, like, invest in the business. That was the main goal of that TikTok Shop venture. And I tried it. I made it. I lost. And then I spent it. Now, I didn't just spend it on leisurely things. Yes, I spent some of it on weed. I'm not going to deny that. Yes, I spent some of it on dinner, on dessert, on a lot of things, but the majority of that, or about $12,000 was spent in investments, and not into stocks, not into trading. I've never personally been into that. I do like people who do it just because I know what kind of person they are, the successful traders. I would want to connect with more of them, honestly, but it's not my thing. Sorry. I'm rambling. I like to ramble, even though I don't like to ramble. I tend to ramble, but I don't like to ramble. And I'm trying to stop rambling, and hopefully this channel will stop me from doing that. Okay, I had a huge obsession or addiction with biting my nails. My nails are short right now because I cut them, but I have stopped biting my nails, and the moment I cut out that addiction, which took me over 6 months to actually quit, was when I made that $15,000. And it was actually that money was from being an affiliate for a nail biting pen, which you can put on your nails and make your nails taste like just so bad, so chemically, so terrible. And that was my first realization of, wow, when I give up the things that I'm holding on to so tight, the things that I was, I don't know, programmed to like habitize, like make a habit. I don't even know if that's a word, habitize. When I give up these things that are bad for me, and I don't know, I try to help other people do it. Maybe, yes, of course, it will make me feel good to just help other people, because that's what I've wanted to do since forever, since I could remember. But it also will hopefully bring money. So my business is related to family. I'm not going to get too into it right now just because I don't think I should, but my business related to family. I've had the most blessed, most lucky like chance at family that you can get. I have the best family imaginable. And I'm not trying to like rub it in anyone's faces. Like, I'm so grateful for my family, and even though they're divorced, I'm honestly glad they're divorced, because it's just brought so much more perspective, so many more like opinions that I've heard from my stepmom, from my mom's like long-term boyfriend, who's basically her husband. Like, it's, I don't know. Some things can seem so bad at the start and then just become an insane pull of cards. Okay, I rambled again. Fuck. I'm also trying to stop cursing, like on the low. Like, I'm trying to start cursing with intention, and I'm rambling again. But okay, the point of this channel, 8 minutes and under. 8 is my favorite number. It is the best number in the world. You can't tell me otherwise. The point of this channel is to be authentic. Is to be real. It is to eliminate my ego, which is something that I have in the back of my head, even though I'm externally humble. There aren't a lot of people, I don't think there's anyone who could say that they've seen me exercise my ego, because I keep it so hidden, because I'm honestly ashamed of it. But I have an ego, okay? I have an ego. So I'm making this channel to be authentic, to be honest, and to tell people that 2 weeks ago, I was dead broke. I had $40, and now I have around $800 because one of my friends paid me back from an investment that I made into him. It wasn't a business, it was gambling. And also my other friend, who is my partner, he just gave me some money to like put into operations. So the 8-minute mark just hit, and it's a good time to tell you that when I say things, I don't always mean them. What I do mean, and what I can be sure on, is that every video after this video will be under 8 minutes. I promise. I swear to you. If I have to, I will make 2 7-minute and 59-second videos, like part 1 and part 2. I'm not posting a video over 8 minutes, except for this one. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm just talking. It's the first video. What do I even talk about? As I say, I'm not gonna go over 8 minutes, even though I already did. What am I supposed to talk about right now? I guess I can talk about what I've been doing. So to be frank, to be honest, I lost some of the discipline that I had in a few years ago. Not a few years ago, last year. I had really good discipline last year. I was waking up at 5:30 every morning. I was working before school. So I would go to sleep I would be asleep by 10:30, up at 5:30. I would go on a walk instantly. I would literally get up, go on a walk. And then about halfway through that period of me waking up at 5:30, I woke up at 5:30, got in a cold shower, then went on a walk, then started working until 9:30. So I was an hour late to school every single day, because my first periods were extremely easy. The teachers one of them was old and one of them was gay. So I think you can tell how that was happening. And not like just a gay person, like an overly gay person. Like, I'm not homophobic. If I'm being authentic, if I'm being honest, I've sucked a dick, okay? If you find my TikTok from 2021, you'll understand, and you'll see me, and you'll realize, okay, I think he's telling the truth that he did suck a dick, because I used to be any pronouns. I used to be pansexual, any pronouns, and that was in my TikTok bio. My TikTok name was Riley is a cool person. It's hurting me to say this, okay? I hope you know, but it's me. It was me. It is me. Okay. I had that time of my life, and I've had many others. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. I've done a lot of good things in my life, but I think the most important part of my life is now. And that's what I've been trying to do the most, just over the past 2.5 years or so, is just living in the moment. I'm currently 18 years old. I used to be 15. I used to be 16. I used to be 14, but I'm currently 18 years old. I started online business at the end of my 16th year. So I was 15 and I was turning 16 soon. I started online business. I just dipped my toes in a little bit, kind of try to convince my mom to let me sign up for everything in her name. She said, yeah. I tried, but there was always something missing. It was my brain. I wasn't smart enough for it, and I'm being honest. And if you think that you're smart because you were 16 and then made $30,000, you could be, okay? But believe me, if I made $30,000 when I was 15, I would be dead. I would not be alive right now because of where that money would have gone. I mean, I'm sitting here so close to being actually like responsible enough to be able to handle these amounts of money that I've wanted for years. I mean, that's something that I feel like a lot of people tend to not like want to accept, is when you're younger, or just even when you're just not mature enough and you want these huge sums of money, when you have these insane ambitions. I want $1 million a month by the end of by the time I turned 17. That's what I wanted, to be making $1 million a month by the time I turned 17. And guess what? I was making $0. I was losing money every month by the time I turned 17. And not because I wasn't working hard. I was working hard. I was working 12 hours. I was working 12 hours a day for like 5 days a week. I mean, that's a lot of work to be in school as well. I mean, I was staying up so late, and I was doing all these things, and I just wanted it so bad. I wanted that money so bad. I didn't even want to like really like help people. I didn't even really want to see the true vision of what being an entrepreneur really is, like a true entrepreneur, a true good person to this world. I just wanted the money. I wanted it. I was so obsessed with it. And if I got it, I would have been fucked. I would have been done for. I literally would have been done for. And a lot of people at the time, they saw that. They saw that obsession with money. And now they still might have the perception that I'm doing all this, I'm running all these businesses, I'm trying to start all these things, make all this money just for the money. That I'm just trying to do all these things just for the money. But the nuance of that, like, is that I just want to make the world a better place. And that's such a cliche. It's such a corny thing to say, but it's true. I mean, what is happening right now? If you're watching this and you're supporting what's happening like in this world, like, I don't care if you were like raised a certain way, bro. Like, if you can't see the difference between right and wrong of what's happening, click off this fucking video. Seriously, like, it baffles me how anyone can support these bad things that are happening right now. It is literally not even politics anymore. It is down to morals. It is down to just right and wrong. And the line is so thick. There's not a thin line between right and wrong. It's so thick. It's so obvious to see what is wrong, okay? And I don't want to get into politics. I don't care about politics. I care about people. I care about humans. And I care about the planet as well. And that's why right now I'm not prioritizing sustainability in my business, in my ventures, but I will be in the future, and I hope you will too, because seriously, like it it shakes me. Like it shakes me that there are people on this planet who are so hungry for money, so hungry for power that they're willing to destroy not only the humans that live on it, but the planet itself. I mean, I'm not gonna name any names, but these AI companies are fucking killing me, bro. You're literally destroying the planet. We're in a water bankruptcy right now. Look it up. We are running out of water. Okay, I rambled. I don't like to ramble, but I rambled again. I'm so sorry. But I feel like that was necessary. If I'm being authentic, if I'm being honest, and I'm being who I am, that is what I think. This is horse shit. This is bull honky, okay? We need to step it up. I'm not gonna be out there in the streets protesting, doing that typical kind of activism. I fully support it. I love when people do it. But I think it's also important to kind of, for me to take a step back and think, where do I play a part in this world? And I think that I want to spend the most amount of time, first of all, running businesses that not only make people happy, but actually improve their lives long term. Use that money to support, yes, the customers, but also just the people who I don't like to say who are in need, but who are in need. And then use those like absolute beautiful feelings, those testimonials, those such human stories of feeling so incredible about giving, about charity work, about making someone's life, about saving someone's life, using those stories, using those feelings, and hopefully pushing the agenda of actually good morality to other entrepreneurs. That is my goal in life, is to not persuade, not to convince other rich people who have extreme amounts of wealth. I don't want to convince, I don't want to persuade. I just want to show them how it feels to do the right thing, because I feel like sometimes people get lost in their ways, they get lost in their habits. They've developed years and years of doing the same thing over and over again for the same motive. Even if they don't have a motive, I feel like habits are so easy to pick up, especially when they're negative, just because I don't even know why. I can't tell you why, but from firsthand experience, I've noticed that picking up negative habits is easier than positive. But I'm just so grateful to actually have these positive outlooks on the world. Yeah. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I believe my purpose is. Some people say that pleasure, or not some people, that one dude, I forgot his name. Is it Frankel? I'm not sure. Said that something like, I don't want to butcher it, said something like, pleasure is what people do when they have a lack of purpose or something like that. Bro, I find pleasure in my purpose. I find pleasure in fulfilling my purpose. I find happiness, I find fulfillment in, I don't know, just doing what I feel like I'm meant to do. And if these bad people feel the same, dude, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. Because at the end of the day, I can't even blame them. I mean, a lot of external things have happened to them for them to end up where they are today. So it's hard. And honestly, if they were in front of me and I had a gun to their head, I wouldn't even kill them. I would pity them. I don't know. It's sad, and it's a complicated subject that if you asked me a month ago, I'd say something different. If you asked me a month from now, I'd say something different. I change a lot. One of my blessings and a curse is that I change a lot. I'm really susceptible to change. It's really good for adapting, for evolution, but those adaptations leading to evolutions can also help me. Okay, the adaptations can either help me evolve or devolve. And the way that I've been thinking about it recently and looking back on just kind of the road is that actually all of my adaptations have helped me evolve because they brought me to where I am today. And that might be kind of a, I don't know, cringy thing to say. Like, of course I'm going to say that because I want to believe that, Like, it was all meant to happen because I am who I am today. Bro, that's true. I'm happy with who I am today. I don't have money. I don't have power. I don't have, like, I don't have all these things that I wanted. I don't have my dream car. I don't have an apartment with my girlfriend. I don't have, like, a stable, like, income. I mean, all I did for over a year, which is, I mean, that's 365 days. That's like a lot of hours, All I did was obsess about money for a long time. And here I am being deprived from it and finding everything else there is to life. If I got rich at that young age, I would have been fucked. I would have been done for. And I feel like that's just, I know I'm going back to this again, but I'm so happy to not have been given it so easy because now I realize the true virtues. Now I realize the real reasons why I do this. I have a journal that I try to write in every night. I'm actually starting to do it every single night again today. I try to write in it. Sorry, that's not what I was saying. The journal on the front cover in Sharpie says, "Remember why," and I wrote that a while ago. I wrote that probably around, I think it was August of 2025. So that's 5 months ago. And every single time I read that, I think of a different reason why. Remember why I'm doing this is the main thing, but I think of a different reason why. And it's just so beautiful how we change. Like, I love change. I love just, I don't know. I mean, with this business especially, I've really gotten to grow with it because in the past, I've started a business. I didn't succeed for 3 weeks, and then I went to the next one. Did that over and over again. This is my 11th business. And now I'm actually giving it a chance. I mean, I've been in it for 3 months, and I'm watching myself grow, and the business is growing with me because when I grow, when I receive clarity from my actually good actions, when I receive clarity from doing the right thing, my business, it gets the output, it gets the reward, it gets the outcome of that clarity. And it's just so interesting to look back on the old notes that I've written, on the old work that I've done, on previous drafts of my website, on some ads that I've made, even if it was just 2 months ago, even if it was just a month ago. And I'm looking back on it, I'm thinking, what was I thinking? I feel like I'm the clearest minded I've ever been. And I know I'm gonna look back on this video, I know I'm gonna look back on what I'm doing right now and think, what was I doing? I'm the clearest minded I've ever been. And it's interesting because I might even look back on this video, might even look back on my business and be like, should have kept going. I mean, I was the clearest minded I'd ever been right there. And it's, fuck, I'm rambling again. Wait, am I even rambling if I'm just talking about something? I don't even know what the concept of rambling is. Today I made a schedule. It covers everything from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., and that's from waking up to going to sleep. That includes 8 hours of sleep. I get up, do my stuff, and I start working an hour after I wake up. And then I work for 4 hours of deep work. I don't have my phone near me, and if I do, then I'm just using it for work, and I'm resisting every single temptation I have, which, trust me, I had the temptation. And then I work out, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's walking in nature, whether that's skateboarding, which I've done for close to 12 years. I love it. It hurts, but I love it. And then I work some more, and then I practice my speech. I want to get really good at talking. I want to get really good at vocabulary. I think I said nuance earlier. I was trying to incorporate that vocab word into this because I actually just learned that word today. I'd never learned the definition of nuance until today. I'm pretty sure off the top of my head that nuance means shit. It means to, like, I'm put on the spot, and if this was my old English class, I would fail. Mr. Agajan. Shout out Mr. Agajan from Chabelle Elementary School. If you know, you know. That was my math teacher in 3rd grade. I just realized. I'm cooked. Well, I don't even remember my English teacher. Okay. Who was that? Okay, this is so off topic. Anyways, another word that I learned, rudimentary and rudiment. I can look back on what I've done and I can say, damn, I was rudimentary with life. My knowledge of life was rudimentary. I was rudiment when I was younger, and I still am. I know I'm going to look back at this and think the same thing, but I just love to think about how far I've come. I mean, seriously, like, I want to cry right now. I'm not even joking. I just thought about so many things, like so many like things that I've done. Wow. I'm not gonna cry because I'm not crying. You know, I didn't cry for like 6 months, maybe even 8 months, and then 3 days ago, I cried for the first time again, and it felt amazing. And the next day I cried at a movie that I watched with my girl. The next day I cried at a show. At the finale of The Office, which is my favorite show. I cried at the finale. And then the day after that, I cried while watching Forrest Gump. And that was yesterday. And I don't know what stopped me from crying. I mean, I was never really insecure to cry. I was never really scared of it. But I'm just so happy that it happened again. I mean, I don't know why it didn't happen for so long, but it's a great feeling, you know? I mean, some people stop themselves from crying because I'm tired. I hope it's not my bedtime already. Sorry, let me just check my time. It's 10:15. Bruh. Part of my schedule was to go to bed at 11, which means I need to turn off my screens an hour before, which means I need to brush my teeth, floss, wash my face, put in my retainers, and then journal, and then go to sleep. That all takes 45 minutes, which means 10:15. Excuse me. I need to go to sleep, so I'm going to wrap this up at 30 minutes. Anyways, this is my first video on the channel. I hope that my absolute yap sesh has resonated with you just a little bit. I assume it has if you're still watching. I'm not sure. And I hope that we can grow together. I hope that you can watch these videos now, and I hope you can watch them later. And I hope that when I watch this back, which I will, I promise I will, I'll be proud of who I was then or who I was now. And I hope that, and I know that I will be proud of who I am today. Today is in the future when I'm watching this back. For the people who want to know how I'm doing in life, there's a trick. Look at my face. You see these pimples? 1, 2, 3. That's great. I have a little scar right here because I used to pick my face. That's great. I get pimples. I don't get acne, I get pimples. And my face directly, usually directly says how I'm doing in life. So if my face is clear, you know I've been great. My nails as well. Anyways, I'm really excited to start posting on this 8-minute videos. It's been 30 minutes so far. And I hope that we can grow together. I know we will. and I love you. I don't even know who you are, but I love you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.